if you look at the evolution of this project and how long it's been going on over 10 years, and the site has changed numerous times. It's ended up here in Santa Clara, and all the work that took place to just get it to a point that you could break ground is a story in and of itself. Particularly in our time when it seems like stadium deals are harder and harder to put together, to be able to put one together, get the backing of the community, the city, the stadium authority, then the community, I think, is just a great story on how all that came together to be able to break ground and to start the project. As far as the work taking place from groundbreaking forward in the design of the project, there's some great nuances that this stadium has that's different than any other stadium that I'm aware of. One, we'll just start with the design. It's an open air. It's a very open structure, open air, natural grass turf. I'd call it even a low profile. It's not extremely high out of the ground. If you'll look at the suite tower, the way that the bowl is set up, you've got basically three sides of bowl, and then on one side you've got the majority of the suites in a suite tower. So, and I think what that does for you, it creates a very intimate feeling to the bowl. It feels like that bowl is closer, tighter in, and I think it will translate well to the fans. As I've watched this project under construction, it seems like every time that they add pieces to the bowl, it feels a little more intimate now that bowl is starting to close in. And considering that you're putting, over 68,000 fans in one spot, I think it's going to have a real warm feeling to it. I've been into other stadia that seem almost vast and almost too big, cavernous. This, I don't think you'll have that feeling. And then you'll have the lightness of the structure, and then combined with the open air. I think from a fan's perspective, it's going to feel great and be a great place to watch a game. So obviously we've incorporated a lot of environmental measures. If you're familiar with the term LEED, we're going for a LEED certification, and we're looking for a gold LEED certification at the end of this project. Well, it's a certification by the U.S. Green Building Council that that says that you have designed your project in a manner that's sustainable, that you have used local products, local vendors, that you've had a low impact from a construction standpoint, and then that translates to operation, that you're recycling. Here that we've are using recycled materials. Our waters for field irrigation and restrooms is recycled water. We have a green roof up on level 900. And then we've tried to use local products and local firms to build it so that the overall environmental impact is low. So it imposes some additional cost and a little bit more time, a lot more thought. The financial impact isn't that great because we've been planning this for a long time, and we thought ahead on some of these items, and so financially, I don't think the impact is that great. I think from a standpoint of being responsible, I think it's just a good thing to do, particularly in California, in the northern, in the Bay Area. I think a lot of the fans and a lot of our constituents are environmentally conscious, and I think it's a great goal for the project, and one that I think actually a lot of our workers are local. We've tried to first of all, this is a great area for workmanship. It's available. The trades are available. We've got a lot of good support from labor in the area, and as a result, a lot of the workers on the site, instead of coming from different parts of the nation, most of them are come right here from the Bay Area. So, which really speaks to the community aspect of the project that we, with the 49ers, have said all along, that this is a community project, and I think that's obvious if you'll just look at the workforce. It's actually out there constructing this. Well, I can just tell you that, from a construction standpoint, we basically started at grade. We didn't dig a big hole like they do in other parts of the country, and we would literally be trying to drain the San Francisco Bay had we gone down. So we started at grade and built straight up. And the challenge with that is that you're starting your main concourse now is what we call level 3, whereas if you go to other stadia, that your main concourse is level 1. So, which added some vertical circulation, and what it tends to do is add height to the overall height of the building, because of the location and our proximity to area neighborhoods. Under our environmental requirements, we are required for a height limitation of 200 feet. And so the challenge with starting at grade and building up, and then trying to keep under a 200-foot height requirement is definitely a challenge. And I think one way of doing that is by stacking the suites on one side, whereas your suites would normally form a level in the bowl. Our suites are now stacked on one side, which allows you to keep the height down 4 to 5 feet underneath the surface. We hit water, and we did a lot of geological testing initially, and knew that where the water table was, and it actually fluctuates with the tides. And so we elected to basically start at grade and go up, which is the right decision.
Sorry.